Like many car enthusiasts, I have a Room 101 for automotive annoyances. The list is as follows. 4D number plates, the M62, people who do 40 miles per hour everywhere, the BMW X2 and X4, these horrible car air fresheners, Ford people, and the London ultra-low emission zone. Now, that last one is probably the most important. See, it's affecting quite a lot of people by taking money out of the pockets of those who can't afford a compliant car and putting it in the pockets of those who are chauffeured around everywhere. To put it into context, you'd be paying over £4,500 a year to drive your car around the capital. And for many, their cars were worth far less than that, so a raft of 90s and noughties vehicles was scrapped during the expansion of the charges a few years ago. However, every so often one slips through the net, and as a purveyor of modern classics, if a ULEZ survivor needs a new home, cogs start to whir in the brain. And that's exactly what happened with my latest purchase, which is very close to my heart. A 1996 Fiat Cinquecento Sporting. What you are looking at here might not seem much, but to me it's a dream restoration project. Myself and the Cinquecento go way back. My first car was a Sporting, albeit a later Seicento, and from that very example I have since owned 18 more. It's a fascinating story that I'll cover soon, but for now just know I owe a lot to these little cars, so when a knackered one comes up, it's my duty to get it back on the road, and this might be the best one yet.
You're probably looking at it and thinking, what a pile of scrap, why is he bothering with that? But recently the Sporting has really come into its own and it's kind of taken off. A lot of people had these as a first car and now they're coming back into sort of nostalgia, they want one again. And with this one with only 26,000 miles, I think it's well worth restoring.
And it's not just that hit of youthfulness bringing them back into fashion. The Sporting was great because it had the spirit of a hot hatch without the added cost. Take a regular 899cc Cinquecento, fit their souped up 1.1 litre fire engine, and sell it to the 17-year-old wanting something with slightly more pedigree than their mate's Micro. But of course, the red squiggle on the back was so much more than that. This is the 90s, remember, and in the hatchback scene, performance was something you could still see while stationary. You had contrasting exterior trim, colour-coded bumpers, 13-inch alloy wheels, a leather-wrapped steering wheel and gear knob, a rev counter, red seatbelts, lower suspension, anti-roll bars, electric windows, some Sporting-specific seats, and a plethora of other tweaks. The Sporting was really a lot more than just a badge in 1994, and as a direct replacement to the aged 126, it was no wonder Fiat sold these like hotcakes. But what about our one? Well, it's in the most desirable colour of Imola blue with the orange accents. Sure, yellow is more iconic, but this is secretly the one that everyone wants, and, as I mentioned earlier, it has a mere 26,000 miles on the clock.
Now it is also a one family owned car. They bought it brand new at Fiat Riviera down in London and it's been living there ever since.
Meaning it was highly endangered inside the aforementioned ULEZ. Luckily, those 5 years of slumber did it some favours, and the Sporting managed to escape the £12.50. Mind you, those 5 years have taken their toll.
It does look a bit of a state at the moment, it's far from perfect. There's plenty of moss on it, there's plenty of algae, there's plenty of sun fade, lacquer peel, but at the other end I think this car will be amazing.
Still not convinced? Let's have a closer look.
Now we've got plenty of moss under here, this just shows how long it's been sat. There's so much moss in these windscreen wipers and down the scuttle panel there, it's just totally caked in, so I hope that underneath that the paint is okay. I really don't want to be painting too much on this car because quite a lot of it is the original paint. This is actually quite interesting. Someone's fitted another one of these. And on a Cinquecento Sporting, they're only supposed to have one. But a lot of people fit two because they think, oh no, my trim piece has fallen off. But actually they only ever had one, so that's coming off because I like to have it as close to factory as possible. The number plates, they're non-original, so we're going to get replica dealer plates made up from Riviera Fiat. Now on here, we actually have an original Pirelli, so it hasn't even been off its original tyres. And amazingly, they've actually got a fair bit of tread still as well, so they might even pass an MOT. We're missing an aerial, But that's not the worst part of the roof. The worst part of the roof is the actual lacquer peel itself. So I think it's probably been parked up at a wall at some point because the moss on this side is just atrocious. That side's relatively clean in comparison. Speaking of that side, we do actually have a dent on the rear here. I'm hoping we can get that interior trim panel out and my PDR man will be able to pop this out and it'll be like new. Now in the boot, we've got a few goodies. An old computer cable, the original locking wheel nuts, which is a really nice touch and handy to have. This strap is from the original toolkit, so hopefully we've got that in there. I haven't actually looked. There you go. Original toolkit, original jack, original spare wheel. Probably never been on the car, just needs a really, really good clean. Look at this. What's this? Morrison's receipt from 2013.
What was it for? What was it for? Cat litter. Just one.
Just one bag of cat litter.
Just cat litter cost £2.88. I wonder how much that would cost now.
We also have there, that is a seatbelt trim. There you are. Fixed already. Yeah, again, loads of moss in these door shuts. That'll all jet out and come up lovely. But you can really see the potential of this thing. Just check out the moss here. That is ridiculous.
Wow.
It's growing an ecosystem, this car. Inside, we've got the original floor mat, slightly faded, but they'll clean up lovely. The seats are like new, no wear on the bolster. Now, sadly, the steering wheel isn't the same. It's really badly cracked, so I'm gonna get that hopefully retrimmed and that'll be lovely. Plenty of cobwebs. We do have a radio fascia, but it's not the original one, so again, I'm gonna get that swapped out. You might need them, Tom.
Oh.
Ultra soft, fragrance-free Tesco baby wipes.
Wow.
A mini disc. When did you last see a mini disc?
A mini disc.
So this is a mini disc player. I wonder what is on it. There we go.
Ooh.
David Guetta, Hideaway.
She wants to move.
Yeah.
A load of good tunes on there.
When you could only have 6 songs on your mini disc. Bloody hell. We've got a map of Britain.
Hang on a minute, what's that? That's just fallen down there.
That's a parking ticket.
From when?
1st of April 07.
Wow.
Oh.
It cost 50p.
50p for some parking.
50p, and I wonder how long that was. Paid 1707 until 1730. Make me wonder if it was only 50p.
Yeah, we've got a map, and this car's probably only been around this bit its entire life. We've even actually got a penny. Go on, there you go.
Thank you, pal.
That's your wages.
Ooh, wow.
When's that from?
1992.
Look at this slogan. Simply health, we can be bothered. That's the worst slogan ever. Bosch service. The service history of this is actually not bad, but it's not had a timing belt, so we're going to have to do that.
Speaking of engines, under the bonnet is just as neglected as the rest of the car. There is a forest of moss growing within the scuttle panel, and it appears something has been nesting inside, but remarkably, everything is completely solid. Looking at this mess though, it might not surprise you that the Cinquecento doesn't actually run. It was simply dumped in my yard on a low loader, waiting to be revived. So I asked myself the question, can this thing live again in just one day with no off-the-shelf parts and only basic tools, a battery and some fresh fuel? To give me the best chance possible, I exploited the joys of free labour by convincing some of my mates, Rowan and Tom, to give me a helping hand. This could only end well.
Hello.
Should we jump it off first before putting the battery on? Because then we know a little bit. Are we jumping off with the Fiesta?
Jump off the Fiesta.
While Tom pulled Rowan's cat-damaged Ford Fiesta around, we took a closer look at the engine.
That should be connected.
That should be connected. So they've been spraying easy starting it before.
Well, pull thing off. Let's straight down throttle body.
Yeah, there's no point trying to get through the airbox with it.
What's the filter looking like on it?
Let's have a look. That's brand new.
That looks...
A little bit of residue of something, potentially petrol, I think, in there. So I think someone's probably had some easy start in this before. which is not a good start. Well, it is a good start. We've got the Fiesta here to jump off. Closer, look much closer, yeah.
Behold, the 1.6 Yamaha Z-Tech.
Brilliant. Look how low your coolant is.
It's not. Oh, it is a little bit low.
It's below the minimum.
You got any red coolant?
It's
It's just been serviced as well.
I do, but I'm not giving you any.
It's serviced at 89. It's 1,500 miles ago and it got serviced. Well, something's going click.
Something's happening.
Something's going click.
Right,
So,
are we going for it? Start the Fiesta. It could just go. We've got some life, we've got some life. We're not in gear. Give it some revs, give it some revs.
What?
Give the Fiesta some revs. Oh, it's nearly there. Come on. Can you hear a fuel pump engaging? Because I can't. Have a listen. There's no fuel pump
There's
there.
no fuel pump. Well, see if it's getting fuel through the lines.
But to be honest, even if there isn't fuel getting through, to me it doesn't sound like we've got enough power there anyway. No, it's just not quite having it, is it? It's just not quite having it. It's not going. I think new battery time.
New battery on it.
New battery time.
And we did exactly that. Remove the old battery for a fresh one. And in doing so, that gave me a good opportunity to evict our uninvited tenants.
Right, let's go for try number 2. That's no fuel. It says we've got just under half a tank, so that's probably half a tank of bad fuel, I'd suspect.
There is definitely signs of life in there.
There is signs of life. That battery's a good sign.
It's done bits.
That improved everything.
It has done bits.
So, no fuel. That meant the next step was to get the airbox off to see exactly what the injector was doing.
Do you know Princess Anne had a Cinquecento?
Did she?
No. But the Brunei royal family did actually have a Cinquecento in a similar colour. I mean, it's all fairly clean. It's not gummed up or anything.
But more importantly, it was bone dry. So the next step was to add some fresh fuel to hopefully give the throttle body something nicer to drink.
If we put some fresh fuel in, slosh it around a little bit.
You got a nozzle?
No. I've got a funnel.
Yeah.
Look how gummed up that is. That doesn't smell like fuel.
That does not smell nice. That does smell varnishy.
It smells very varnishy.
Ooh, is that going to be air? Is that going in? Not really. It's just pooling up. Because of the angle of the funnel. You've got a longer funnel.
Eureka!
Why is he running?
Because he's excited. Look, his car's full of litter. Stare at that.
That is a funnel.
Yes, it's for this because it doesn't accept a non.
Oh, how did you only just remember that?
Yeah, because it doesn't. It's like non-siphoning.
Oh, right, yeah.
So that's when you have to pull it out of the can. Little shiwi.
Shiwi.
It is one.
It is actually basically a shiwi.
It's got a Ford Motor Company branded shiwi. Fun fact: a Ferrari F12 also has the exact same one.
No way.
Because when I used to work with Ferraris, I had to do it one day.
Does it have a Ferrari logo on it, or is it have a Ford logo?
It might be a Ferrari one. It's the same sort of design, though.
Look at that sweet nectar.
After sinking 5 litres of fresh fuel into the Cinquecento, we then had to mix it, and our method looked, interesting.
There we go.
Fuel mixed, we gave it another try.
Right, we're going for it. That's just not getting fuel through.
That meant it had to be a problem with our fuel system, rather than the substance itself.
Right, we're going to try and get to the fuel pump and give it a hit with a hammer because we don't think we can hear it. Woohoo! Oh, that's quite gummed up. Potentially this is the reason why this car was parked up.
That fuel pump.
Yeah. There's no fuel.
At this point, both us and the car started to sound like a broken record, and my free labour was getting hungry, so we admitted defeat and went for lunch. While we were out though, like the three wise men, a bright orange beacon came into view, and we headed towards it. To confirm our suspicions, I bought a can of Easy Start to see if the car would fire off an external supply. That would determine if our issue was purely fuel related. And with Tom's Mini successfully vandalised, we headed back to base for one final attempt.
Right, do you want to try?
Just start Easy Start.
Yep. I'm going for a start.
Right.
You ready? Oh, that's all right.
Right. I'll spray it as it goes.
Okay.
Right.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah, it's getting their fuel.
It's getting their fuel.
Getting their fuel.
But it was running.
It started.
It was running. It started. We've had it going. Should I give it some revs?
Yeah.
Listen to that.
Sounds sweet.
It does.
I think we'll end on a high note for the Sporting. Sure, we failed our mission, but with a new fuel pump, this car shows a hell of a lot of potential. Make sure to stick around to see my Imola Blue dreams come true, when the Cinquecento gets the restoration it deserves. Until then, thanks for watching.